Welcome students for today's lecture, and our today's topic is example problems in AC circuits. Mainly some numerical problems based on power in AC circuits and power factor, real power, reactive power, and then apparent power. How can we calculate power factor? So based on that we can see some examples. So in our previous lecture we covered these topics like what is DC power and what is AC power, then AC power in R load, L load, and then C load, that is capacitive load, and what is real power, what is reactive power, and then impedance triangle, and then power triangle. From there we just derived what is apparent power, and finally we saw the power factor. So these are the topics already we covered, and today we're going to see some example problems on these topics. Okay, so before that I just want to recap the things we learned, or just want to recap the formulas we used. Okay, first one, there is power, real power is nothing but voltage into current into cos theta. Okay, here voltage and current, there is V and I, both are RMS value. Okay. Either you can represent the power in terms of impedance, that is Z is nothing but your impedance. You can represent your power in terms of V square by Z into cos theta. Similarly, I square Z into cos theta. For reactive power, Q is nothing but V into I sin theta. Okay. Similarly, if you want apparent power S, which will be equal to S square is equal to P square plus Q square, that is S is equal to root of P square plus Q square, or simply S is equal to V into I. Okay, like this. So Z, impedance is nothing but square root of R square, that is resistance, and then XL minus XC whole square. Here XL is nothing but reactance of your inductor, and here XC is capacitive reactance, that is 1 by omega C. Here XL is omega L. XL omega L and XC 1 by omega C, where omega is nothing but 2 by F. And theta, that is your power factor, is cos theta is your power factor. In that you can measure the value of, and determine the value of theta using cos inverse of R by Z. So already told in previous slide, previous lecture, I didn't change the figures here. Okay, it is nothing but cos inverse of R by Z, or sin inverse of XL by Z, or tan inverse of XL by R. Okay, so this is for phase angle. Yeah, and then or simply you can go for real power divided by apparent power, that is VA cos pi divided by VA, which is equal to cos pi. That is your power factor. First one, yeah, wound coil that has an inductance of 180 millihenry and a resistance of 35 ohm is connected to a 100 volt 50 hertz supply. Calculate the impedance of the coil, current, the power factor, and the apparent power consumed. So they were asked for Z impedance, and I current, and PF, that is power factor, and then S apparent power. So this is our circuit. Here they won't give this is a AC circuit or AC power supply. Simply have given 50 Hz. So 50 Hz represents the frequency of your waveform, that is AC waveform. So here data are resistance 35 ohm, inductor 180 millihenry, voltage 100 volt RMS voltage. Okay, and then frequency is 50 Hz. The first thing we have to find is impedance of the coil, Z. So for Z, first of all we have to measure the value of XL. So XL is nothing but omega L, that is 2 pi FL. So here F is 50, L is 180 millihenry. So instead of 180 millihenry, I have written as 0.18. Okay, so 180 into 10 power minus 3, which is equal to 0.18. Okay, so the XL value is 56.6 ohm. Now Z can be, because here XC is 0, XC don't have any capacitance value here, so XC is equal to 0. That's why formula for Z is nothing but root of R square plus XL whole square. So R is nothing but 35, XL is 56.6. Just substitute the values. The value of Z is 66.5. So the impedance value is 66.5 ohm. Next one, current consumed by the coil. Okay, so as per Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. So here it is AC circuit, so I is equal to V by Z. Okay, we know the value of V, that is RMS value, is nothing but 100, and Z we just now we found the value 66.5. So just substitute the same. The answer will be 1.5 ampere. That is RMS current is equal to 1.5 ampere. So next one, power factor or phase angle. So either you can use any of this formula. So cos theta is equal to R by Z, or sin theta is equal to XL by Z, or tan theta is equal to XL by R. If you want phase angle, just bring the cos here, that is theta is equal to cos inverse. So if you want power factor, simply calculate this formula, use this formula, cos theta is equal to R by Z. So if you use this one, you have to measure theta, again you have to take cos value. So better go for this one, cos theta is equal to R by Z. So we know the value of R 35, Z 66.5, which is equal to 0.5260. So the value of power factor is 0.5263, and the phase angle theta is nothing but cos inverse of 0.5263, which is nothing but 58.2 degree. It is lagging because in the circuit we have inductor. Okay, even though we have resistor, because of the presence of inductor, power factor becomes lagging. So next one, apparent power consumed by the coil. Okay, so here we can go for two methods. One, directly calculating S with the formula S is equal to V into I, because we know the value of V and we know the value of I, that is current. Or else simply you can measure real power, that is P is equal to V into I into cos pi. Just now we found the value of cos pi, which is 0.5263. Substitute and measure the real power. Similarly, calculate the reactive power V into I sin pi, which is equal to 100 into 1.5 sin 58 degree, which is equal to 127.5 VAR, that is voltage ampere reactive. So we have two formula for S. One, S is equal to V into I, that is 100 into 1.5, which is equal to 150 volt ampere, or simply root of P square plus Q square, which will give the same answer. So either you can go for S equal to V into I, or S equal to P square into Q square. Since they asked directly for apparent power, it is enough if you go for this formula, S equal to V into I, instead of calculating P and Q again taking square root. So it will be time consuming. Better go for S equal to V into I. If they ask for real and reactive power, then go for this value P and Q. Okay. So next sum, a solenoid coil with a resistance of 30 ohms and an inductance of 200 millihenry is connected to a 230 volt AC. Okay, AC 50 hertz supply. Calculate so solenoid's impedance, current consumed by the solenoid, phase angle between the current and applied voltage, the average power consumed by the solenoid. So they have asked for Z, I and pi, and then power P. Okay, so this is our circuit. So since they have people will tell the inductance as a solenoid coil, because inductance is nothing but a wounded coil. So solenoid coil will represent your inductance. Okay, so the given data are resistance equal to 30 ohm, inductance equal to 200 millihenry, and voltage is 230 volt, and frequency is 50 hertz. So like before, impedance, first we have to calculate the XL, that is inductive reactance. So 2 pi FL. So we know the value of F and L. F is equal to 50 hertz and L is equal to 200 millihenry, which can be written as 0.2. Okay, so which will be equal to 62.8. So for Z, the formula will be root of R square plus XL square, because here we don't have any capacitor, that's why the formula written like this. Okay, if you have capacitor, it will be like XL minus XC whole square. Okay, so just substitute the values, the answer will be 69.6 ohm. So this will be your impedance. So if you know the value of impedance, you can calculate the current as per our Ohm's law. So V is equal to IR, then I is equal to V by R. So here it is AC circuit. So we are using the impedance, that is V by Z. Okay, V is nothing but 230 and Z is 69.6. Value will be 3.3 ampere. That is RMS current value. So next one, power factor or phase angle. Here you can go for any of this formula. So I am taking this one. Cos theta is equal to R by Z. So which is equal to 0.431. So if you want the value of theta, just bring the cos here. That is theta is equal to cos inverse of 0.431. Here the angle is 64.5 degree, lagging because of the inductive load. Okay. Next one, power consumed by the AC circuit. So first one, the real power, V into I cos theta. So they have asked for average power. So just substitute the RMS voltage 230 and current 3.3 ampere and cos theta 0.431. So which is equal to 327 watts. So this is the average power consumed by the circuit. Next one, a 200 volt 50 cycle source is connected with the series RC circuit. Resistor R is equal to 35 ohm, capacitance C is equal to 80 microfarad. Calculate impedance, current, real power, reactive power, power factor and voltage across each element. Okay. So instead of 50 hertz, they are represented by 50 cycles because with the help of 50 cycles we can just tell the frequency is 50 hertz. Okay. So here the given data is your resistance value 35 ohm, capacitance value 80 microfarad. Micro is nothing but 10 power minus 6, and your voltage 200 volt, and then frequency as 50 hertz. So for impedance, so already we know, right, Z is equal to R plus jx. Here because of the use of capacitance, the reactance will be negative, that is minus xc. So xc is nothing but 1 by omega c. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. So just substitute the known values, that is for f 50 and c 80 microfarad, that is 80 into 10 power minus 6. So which is equal to 39.79 ohms. Okay. So we have converted the capacitance in terms of capacitive reactance, that is in ohms. So now just substitute the formula. Z is equal to R square plus Xc square. So as per formula it will be XL minus Xc whole square. Since XL is equal to 0, minus Xc whole square will become plus Xc square. So which will be equal to 52.99 ohm. I am just taking the round off value as 53 ohm for your impedance. So again current is equal to V by Z, that is 200 by 53, which is equal to 3.77 ampere. Okay, so 200 by 53 and then current is 3.77 ampere. So next one, power factor, that is cos theta. So R by Z, R is 35 and Z is 53, so which will be equal to 0.66. So this is your power factor. If they ask for phase angle, just take inverse. So theta is equal to cos inverse of 0.66. So next one, real power. So VI cos theta. So we know the value of V 200, I 3.77 and cos theta is 0.66. Then the value will be 497.64 watt for real power. Similarly, you can go for this form also, I square into R. So because real power is mainly due to resistor, so we are going for I square R. So substitute the value of I 3.77 whole square and R is equal to 35. So which will be equal to 497.45 watts. So nearly the decimal point is varying because of the round off, okay, which we done. Anyhow, the both will be equal. Either you can go for VI cos theta or simply I square R. Similarly, for reactive power, the formula is V into I sin theta. Okay. So here we have to find the value of sin theta. For that, either you can go for the formula XL by Z, or simply from cos theta find the value of theta and then take sin theta. Okay. That is cos theta is equal to 0.66. Theta is equal to cos inverse of 0.66. So from that you will find the value of angle. So substitute the angle here. So which will be equal to 0.75 here. The sin theta value of sin theta is 0.75. So the reactive power is 565.5 volt ampere reactive, that is var. Okay. So this can be again calculated by using I square Xc. So here we have reactive power mainly due to capacitor. That's why we are going for I square Xc. So just substitute the values. This will be again equal to the same answer, 565.5 VAR. So either you can go for VA sin theta or else I square Xc. So in case of both Xc and XL is present, then you have to just change the formula here. Okay. So apparent power is nothing but root of P square plus Q square, which is nothing but 753.3 volt ampere, or else simply you can go for V in time, so which will be equal to 200 into 3.77, that is 754. There is a difference in decimal because of round off value or taking the 2 decimal point here. Okay, anyhow the answer will be nearly same. So and then voltage across each element, that is voltage across 5 ohm, sorry, this is not 5 ohm, this is 35 ohm, written in mistake is 5 ohm. Okay, 35 ohm. For that, as per Ohm's law, B is equal to IR, so we know the value of I 3.77, R 35, which is equal to 131.95 volt. In case of capacitor, we have to use the formula as a complex voltage, because if you take any reactive element, it will be represented in imaginary. Okay, so it's minus J into I into Xc, so it should be equal to minus J 150 volt. So this is the voltage across your capacitor. Next one, given RLC circuit, find the impedance, power factor, current, and then power. Okay, so this is your RLC circuit. We have connected a resistor, inductor, and capacitor, all the three in series, and simply say ending point is equal to starting point of the inductor, and here ending point is equal to starting point, and they are sharing the same current. Okay, R is equal to 10 ohm, L is equal to 10 Henry, and capacitor value C is equal to 100 microfarad, and RMS voltage is 230 volt, and frequency is 50 Hz. So this is the given data. First we have to find the impedance. So impedance is nothing but root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. So this is the formula for impedance, R plus JX, okay, where X is nothing but XL minus XC. So in order to find the absolute value, we are taking the Z square is equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square. So in that, XL is nothing but omega L, which is equal to 2 pi F into L. Substitute the known values. The F is equal to 50 and L is equal to 10. So which is equal to 3140 ohm for XL. Similarly for XC, 1 by omega C, that is 1 by 2 pi FC. Substitute the values. 1 by 2 pi into 50 into 100 into 10 power minus 6, that is 100 microfarad. Okay, which will be equal to 31.85 ohm. So this is the capacitive reactance. So X is nothing but XL minus XC. So now go for the one, that is subtracting the XL and XC. Okay, so the value of X is 3108.15. Okay, so next one, so either you can substitute the direct value of X here, or you can simply substitute the values and subtract the XL and XC here. Okay, so I am going to use the formula just for your understanding. So Z is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. So here instead of XL minus XC, we already calculated the value. It is 3108.15 and R is equal to 10 ohm. So the answer is 3108, that is 3108.17 ohm, because you can simply say this in terms of 1000, but it is in terms of units. Okay, so we don't have much difference in the impedance value and then reactance value. So next one, current. So current is nothing but V by Z. So now we calculate the value of Z. So just substitute the known values. V is equal to 230 volt. Z is equal to 3108.17. So the current is 0.074, or simply you can write as 74 milliampere. So I am taking as a I is equal to 0.074 ampere. Next one, power factor. Cos theta is equal to R by Z. So we know the value of R as 10 and Z as 3008.17. So the value of cos theta is equal to very low, that is 0.003. Because of the presence of inductor and capacitor value, power factor is very low, nearly equal to 0. Okay, the power, that is real power, I square R, so which is nothing but 0.055 watt, or else you can simply go for P is equal to VA cos pi, which will also give the same answer, 0.051. Okay, similarly for reactive power, you can first calculate the power by inductor, that is XL, and power consumed or power stored by your capacitance. Okay, first inductor I square XL, which is nothing but 17.19 bar. Similarly, capacitance it is I square XC, so which is equal to 0.17 bar. Okay, so here already saw, right? So this power will be a positive power, but this power will be always negative power. Okay, so if you want to calculate the reactive power, you can go for this one, VA sin theta, which is nothing but 230 into 0.074 into 0.999. So here the sin theta value is calculated from the value of cos theta. So here cos theta, just measure the value of theta, from that just substitute and find the sin theta value. So which is equal to 17 var. 17 var is nothing but difference between your 17.19 and 0.17. If we just subtract these values, okay, so which will give 17.02, that is approximately equal to 17 var. Okay, for reactive power calculation, if you consider separately for inductor and separately for capacitor, then you have to subtract the values. Okay, not adding, just subtracting the values, because capacitive power is a negative reactive power. So for apparent power, either you can go for VA or root of P square plus Q square, which will be equal to 17.02 volt ampere. Okay, the apparent power is 17.02 volt ampere. Now again, voltage across each element. So for 10 ohm it is 0.74 volt. Okay, for 10 Henry it is in terms of complex, that is J 232.36 volt. Similarly, for capacitor it is minus J IXC, which is equal to minus J 2.36. So here I have missed the minus value. Okay, so here the voltage is minus J 2.36. If they ask for voltage across each element, you calculate, else just leave it. Okay, I just calculated this for understanding, to know how to calculate these things. Okay, so final example. In a RC circuit, a resistor and capacitor are connected to a 120 volt 50 Hz as shown in figure. The current in the circuit is 2.1 ampere. The power losses in the resistor is 96 watt. Calculate the resistance and capacitance. So this example was somewhat different from other 4 examples. Okay, because in other examples we will given the value of R and C or R and L, and we will be asked to find the value of current and find the value of impedance and power. So here somewhat different. They have given the value of current, that is I is equal to 2.1 ampere, and power losses in the resistor. Okay, they have given for resistor alone, that is power across resistor is 96 watt. So with this data we have to find the value of R and C. Okay, so first of all we will take the values we know. So here we know the value of current I and voltage V and power across resistor, that is real power. Okay, from this we can calculate the value of impedance. So first of all let us take power across resistor. Okay, so 96 watt. So power across resistor is nothing but I square R into 96. So if you want, you can go for VA cos theta, but there is no need to go there. Our aim was to calculate the value of R. So better, instead of going for real power formula, that is VA cos theta, just to use I square R, because we know the value of I. From this we can calculate the value of R. Okay, just substitute the value of I here. So 2.1 whole square, so which will give 21.77 ohm. So the value of resistor is 21.77 ohm. So from first data we have calculated the value of resistance. So now we are going to use this next formula. So as per Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. AC circuit it will be I into Z. So here Z is nothing but a root of R square plus XC square. Okay, so from there we can calculate the value of XC. So first we will find the value of Z. Okay, so Z is nothing but V by I. We know the value of V and I. So V is equal to 120 and I is equal to 2.1. So from that Z is equal to 57.14 ohms. Okay, so next one, we know the value of Z, so which is nothing but root of R square and XC square. So here we already found the value of Z and R. So from this we can find the value of XC. First take the square on both sides, so which will give Z square is equal to R square plus XC square. So now substitute the known values. Okay, for Z 57.14, for R 21.77. Okay, now bring 21.77 to this side. So X square is equal to this one. So from there X is equal to root of 57.14 square minus 21.77 square. Okay, from there X is equal to 52.83 ohm. We have calculated the value of Xe, that is capacity reactance, but our aim was to find the value of capacitance C. Okay, so C is nothing but for X is nothing but 1 by omega C, where omega is equal to 2 pi f. Okay, 1 by 2 pi f C is equal to 52.83. So we know in the given they have provide the value of frequency as 50 Hz. So just substitute 50 here, so which will be equal to C is equal to 1 by 2 pi into 50 into 52.83, because we have taken capacitor C to here and we have bring the 52.83 to the denominator. Okay, so C is equal to 6.025 into 10 power minus 5. So mostly if you take resistor or capacitor or inductor, we won't use 10 power minus 5 or 10 power minus 7 or 10 power minus 4. We will use the standard as either 10 power 3, 10 power 6, 10 power 9 or 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 6 or 10 power minus 9. So it will be multiple of 3 either in positive or negative. So just convert this into either 10 power minus 3 or 10 power minus 6, but it will be good if you convert this to 10 power minus 6. So for that just multiply by 10 and divide by 10, so which will give 60.25 microfarad. Okay, so if you multiply by 10 it will become 60.25. If you divide by 10 it will add another minus 1 here, that is 10 power minus 6. So the value of capacity is 60.25 microfarad. So we calculated the unknowns R and C. So in this sum, all the sum we have seen 5 sums, right? So the main thing you should remember the formula for impedance calculation. First thing, and then as per Ohm's law, V is equal to I Z. Okay. Next thing is cos theta is equal to R by Z, and then the fourth one is formula for real power, reactive power, and apparent power. That is VA cos theta, VA sin theta, VA. Or else simply root of P square plus Q square for S. Similarly, for voltage across each element is, for resistor it will be V is equal to IR. For capacitor it will be V into XC with imaginary as negative minus J. Okay, negative J. And for inductor it will be I into XL. V is equal to I into XL. This is a complex one, that is J I XL. Okay. Similarly, power across each element is I square R for resistor, I square XL for inductor, and I square XC for capacitor. Okay. I will post the handwritten notes once I complete the first unit. Till that, just go through the video. If you have any query, kindly let me know and complete the assessment in our classroom. Thank you, guys.